Oh, is it on? Am I good to go? Okay, good. Awesome, awesome. All right. I decided to expand the camera a little bit and or as I go through this stuff. So hopefully everyone's having a good morning. I guess my start of the morning is really going to be rough. So I had a cup of coffee. I always do before the streams. Well, I left it in my car. Went out to get my car before I could shut my door. I dropped my coffee and it was all gone. So I had to do this. The introverted person that I am, I have to do this. So I have to will myself through this. And by God, I will. It's just having to actually like engage in like continued conversation that you have to for a stream. That's going to be the bitch. Now that's B-I-T-C-H or bish or whatever you want to call it. Okay. So I will do my best on that part. The hell. I'm trying to pop this chat out so I can see y'all when the time comes. This will be behind my camera, but I'll be able to see nonetheless. I don't want to miss any of y'all. Okay, let me think here for a second or two. I wanted to create duplicates. Alright, so... Shit. Okay, that way I can go through links. Okay, so this is all what's going down here. So, for this last week, because I like to go through things that were popular. Let's see here. Let's see what's going on. So, it's very nice. So, I thank y'all for the... 26 subscribers so far within the last 28 days, which is appreciated. Anything is appreciated. Hey, mister, how's it going? Just kind of going on what's been the most popular. And yes, I did hear about the Nicki Minaj arrest and stuff like that. So, but really, really quickly, I just want to go over what's most popular right now, what people have been watching of my videos and stuff like that. And that's going to have to mostly do with my shorts. Oh, shit. Well, I don't want to go by that, because there's no way I'm going to reach the Barbie hood. But I'm very happy. So I'm getting very close to 1 million. Getting very close to 1 million, like, total, like, channel, like, views. And I had a huge break this year. So I think I'm around like 600K or something like that. So, which is pretty cool. I like my hours and watch time. What is this over? This is the last 28 days. I had various peaks. So people were interested in my videos on George Lucas. People were interested on me bashing Sony or complimenting Sony, depending on where you come from on that side of the fence. There was interest in Valve, stuff like that, a lot of the console stuff. The X-Men. Recently I've been posting X-Men videos of Wolverine and Rock Apocalypse going at it. So, well, mister, what have you been up to? So, let me go over this stuff here. It'd be nice to get my swiped up on my shorts. Right now it's only 33%. I understand that the majority came from... I had to stop a call. The majority of my dislikes have come from that infamous Barbie short that I made that got almost 50K views. And just because people didn't like it, they just had to freaking... dislike the shit out of it, man, and that wasn't fair, and that really, really unevened my likes. Damn, Star Wars theory. 2 days ago, he went through a lot of this stuff. So, but I guess the gist of it with the George Lucas stuff is with the race and the discrimination, and what people need to understand, because there are a minority of people that take offense. George Lucas was kind of like ahead of his time in terms of equality, because there's a difference between equity and equality. Equity is a bad word. It needs to become a bad word. It really does. It's not just a stock term. It is a very racial term, equity, I believe. Firmly believe. I don't get into much politics, but when it comes to equity, I believe equity is a racial word in modern times. Leftist content creator in praise of Shadows made a hit piece video on Wendigoon where he slandered him. Is that Ampavile, and then Mudahar, Nick Crowley, and Donut Operator as racist. Wait. Racist, Nazi, conservative, gun tubers. Okay, so I'm finally going to ask you, mister. I'm assuming because you watch my content, I'm going to kind of already guess. But what is your political leanings? Because anyone that knows me, I don't want to, like, because the moment that I say I will get hit by both the left and right, specifically the left, I should say, because I really am a center-right individual, so. But I am very much pro-Republic, so. I think there are certain restrictions that are good, especially when they're very, very vague. But yeah, what is your leanings and/or? By the way, I'm one of the few people I can have a conversation with a leftist and be like, okay, I don't want to strangle you. He also propagated a Sneako's fabricated rapist allegations against Brandon Buckingham. Oh, I gotta be so careful. So here's the thing. If I start to get into like the political stuff, oh, you bear no political affiliations, I'm going to piss a lot of people off. Because I'm going to be called a contrarian. I could just see like a leftist version of like a Candace Owens. Daniel, you're a contrarian. You don't believe in anything. You just want to be right. I'm like, yeah, I want to be right, but I also want to be morally right too. And I'll use your word, affiliations. I don't affiliate myself with either party. I really don't. Let me check that out real quick anyway, though. By the way, mister, what was your favorite, was there any content that I created that you've watched that you liked within the last week? Oh, I'm so illiterate. So what happens when I get this up? I could just like, this is gonna apparently where this guy's name's gonna come from. The stream where you discussed the Diddy situation. Yeah, I enjoyed it, and I'm very thankful people were checking that out. So the more. So I put it this way: if people do want to monetize me, I think the best path forward is probably watching my streams and bumping up the hourly content. I think that's probably logically the best, since I don't post a lot of main videos to get to that standard. The only way would be if people watched whatever content I had hourly. I think that would be like the best. Is he going to be on YouTube then? Why would, what kind of name is in, or in praise? What kind of name is in praise? What is this person trying to say? Oh, I should check the Wendigo thing, right? Okay. In praise of shadows, slandered, Wendigoon, full segment. Like, do you ever notice? Oh, let me. Do you ever notice, Mister? Well, actually, so you don't even like, not even really, not even like libertarian or independent, nothing at all. In defense of Nicolas Cage, how could you? Why would? Oh, this person's got like a lot of. Oh, okay, well, a lot of people watch this dude, I guess. Horror history reviews and retrospectives, looking at all forms of media. Wait, he took down his video yesterday. Oh. So is Wendigoon? Is he like? So Wendigoon is a conservative? Is that confirmed? This guy's got a Patreon. I don't know about that stuff, dudes. I don't know, man. I just feel like, if you're a YouTuber and a content creator and you're doing like so many people, even like, you know, like they got the memberships and they're making bank and stuff on all these things, and I just don't think if you're going to be. All right, correct me if I'm wrong, mister, but this is my opinion, and I'm on record saying it. So, if you are talking politics and you are actually promoting and policies or ideologies that affect people, that make people vote a certain way or drift a certain way, you should not be making money on that. I just don't think that's right. I think that goes into even as more of a conservative myself, that goes into the corporatism. So I don't really like that. So, and this will go for, and I'll even put it for like the Tim Pools and stuff like that. Although he sells coffee and stuff like that, but when you start to create these communities where you're taking money from them and you're trying to convince people of a certain ideology, and I don't know. So you said Wendigoon's a pro-gun horror content creator. So all this is horror? I mean, I don't. All this is horror. What the hell? Oh, shit. Like, this is kind of okay. Like, okay. So what's something? I didn't realize that Nicolas Cage was like a lefty. I didn't realize. Maybe he is, I guess. Okay, huh. That crashed right there. Where's is there anything? According to Praise, he's a media analyst channel. I would have to. So now I would have to like. What's something good to like for me to analyze here that would give me an idea of him before I can make a final judgment. What do his playlists say? That actually might say it. Autonomy of a franchise. Why you should watch. Okay. So he really is going over a lot of stuff right here. So, but is it a cover? Does he get into, like, in any of these videos of his, does he get into like the politics of it, or is that just for like his members only stuff? So I guess all that seems fine and innocent, doesn't it? Hey everyone, just wanted to let you know that Pim has made a really great retrospective video on Alan Wake and its new sequel that I think you might like. And if you like mine that I did earlier in the year, I'd ask you to check out theirs. They really killed the one. and offer up a lot of perspective on the two games as a whole that I really appreciated. Just in general, they always knock it out of the park with their projects. So if you haven't yet, you should definitely check out their work. Thanks so much. He apparently started implementing his political takes not that long ago. This always happens. Dude, this always happens. Every time, all it takes. So it's something to do with the higher your gross becomes, the more politically active you get. Because once you make a certain amount of money, once you've made that certain amount of money, now it's what's more important in your life is what you believe. And that change the world nonsense. Like, yes, people can change the world, but you could change it for the worse too. So you have to be careful with that. Praise received a ton of criticism for it. Yeah, when you okay, so if that's true, so this is how this would be explained. DTM explains it all, I guess. I don't know. So when you start your career, so for example, say use me for an example. So just use Daniel for an example. Okay, so my videos are mostly kind of parody, messing around. I haven't really done the political stuff yet, I should say, and that's where it starts to go into his category. But I start off political. I do kind of different things, little techie stuff. He only makes $500. He only makes $500. Are you serious? What the fuck? Okay, that might be something really interesting to talk about if that's true. What the fuck? $500. But okay, but that would say, and then my channel explodes. Okay, then I'll have to go into like. I'll have to find better examples then, I guess, of people that I would be like comparing and contrasting to. But so it would be, say if all these hit, say if every one of my video was a Barbie video and I was making a shit ton of money. His words, not yours. Oh my god. Okay, I see. So it's okay, sarcasm. Okay, so it would be like all these videos. It'd be like all these videos. We're doing like Barbie level. Fucking like 50K, and I was making like $1 million, and then I'm like, oh shit, man, I'm making so much money. Man, it doesn't really matter what I put out, it doesn't matter what I'm doing, pretty much set. Oh, but I have this political belief, and I have a lot of money, and I want to change the world, so I'm gonna do that. And then all of a sudden, they're going straight to political content. It's all about injustices or some bullshit like that. So that's where I get in trouble. That's what I gotta be careful of, because once I get polarized, I'm fucked. I'm not able to do things that I enjoy. So I'm kind of enjoying these times while I can. Let's see, you said most, if not all, of his videos contain copyrighted footage. I mean, I take a lot of my shit from my editor, and I do a lot of, like, emoji stuff, so, like, I would actually, actually, you notice I don't really do, outside the stream, I don't really do React content. I mean, you'll post, like, links and stuff for me, like, check out, but other than that, I don't really like any of my videos. I don't really. And the cool thing is a lot of my shorts that people should probably know, because you could tell by the quality. Like, a lot of my shorts are very much like homemade. Like, last year I spent all summer going to the beach, and I took a shit ton of videos of myself doing things on the beach, of like animals and stuff like that. So all that shit is actually mine. So, like, what was my most recent? What am I most recent? Where is it? There's so much shit here that I would have to go through. Maybe I should just, like... But it's all mine. Like, even the animals and stuff like that, that's all actually mine that I took photos of, and my hard drive suffered for it. Like, my phone drive. I literally had to buy drives to post that shit on. So, like, all these videos, even this bird right here, I took this at work. He's from North Carolina. North Carolina? How can you be in North Carolina? Well, maybe they are kind of more on the... Oh, excuse me. He may not like the upcoming election. I didn't mean to print screen. I didn't mean to print screen. Okay. Okay. Shit. Usually it goes red. Like, I mean, it's just not going to go very well. In 2020... I'm pretty sure that went... Wait, no, doesn't it usually go... I don't even think that's a swing state, right? Maybe it is, well, we'll see how that works out, so. But yeah, I like, a lot of these are just all my videos, so I don't know what anyone, you know, it means you also have to get out of the fucking house, too, out of the fucking basement, too, you know? So it's like, I don't know, like, look at Xperience, look at all this stuff, like, all this is going, so I really don't like doing this because, here's the thing. As a content creator, this is just repetitive shit right here. All this is repetitive. This is all, stuff like this is all taken from someone else's work, someone else. I just don't want to be doing the same thing of that. I mean, I don't know. Like, everyone does this to make money, and they get lots of views for it, and I just don't want to be a part of it. He said Praise spent portions of his hit piece video bitching about the scathing criticism he received last year on another video he did. What was the video that he received criticism on? Like, cause, like, which of these videos did he receive criticism? Out of curiosity. Oh, hell no. That's just getting me nowhere there. Let's see, you said, dude legit said, Wendigoon following him on Twitter amidst the harassment he was getting from other people who thought his takes were brain dead is what prompted him to release it. Thought his takes were brain dead. What was some of his beginning videos? Let's see here. Why you should watch Chopping Mall. Why Chopping Mall? What the fuck is Chopping Mall? Today says. Like, how do you, like, right off the bat, he does his video right here. It gets 5 years ago, The Twilight Zone. Very, 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 like, I'm very spontaneous, and I just throw content out there like crazy. This guy was very meticulous. He knew what would work and what would not work, and or all that wonderful stuff. I'm just, oh my god. How do you do that? How? He also makes several statements in defense of pedophiles and rapists. Oh. Does he have a Twitter? Does he have a Twitter? Do you know? Am I still logged in? Okay. Wait, am I not logged in? What? I don't know. If you plan on going on Times Square tomorrow, please don't. I don't. I, I make. It's just, man, I don't know, man. I don't know. Unless I'm helping someone out, like helping like a entrepreneur or something that I can help out, that I would like. If someone wanted to help provide me content and they wanted, because I can mainly do most of my own stuff. But I mean, if it was helping out like a business or a small business, I would be fine, I guess. Want to know what's okay? What's funny? Wendigo was a fan of his content too. Oh, so it just went tits up then, huh? Wendigoon. I keep on saying go. Does Wendigoon have a? Oh, it was right there, wasn't it? Is this Wendigoon right here? This one, the official. It's got a check mark. Says someone pointed out that new followers haven't seen any of the short stories, so I'll start a thread with a few. He said that's my wife, actually. Did he like AI her or something like that? Damn, that's what she looks like in real life? So she's 2D. Holy shit. Wow, you like gotta like them redheaded or brown, red, whatever, 2D chicks. You gotta like that. You wouldn't get it. What the fuck? Why are you crying? It's just a YouTube cameo. You said, Praise privated his Twitter account, announced his leave, and started coping in his Discord server. Bo Black's his co-host, X8, leaked his Discord messages. Ooh. Discord, man. Discord. You gotta be careful. I have a Discord, but I just... Oh, man. What do I apply? Let's see here. Back when I was a former guild leader of a game, I was, which I get to say was a top 2 guild. My thing was always making sure people were chill, doing my best not to cause controversy. You gotta keep morale high for the most part, so being chill plays a big role. You said he caught wind of this and suspected a leaker was screenshotting everything. He should have known. He should have known that, and everyone should know with Discord. You should always know that there's always going to be someone that's going to come in that's going to screenshot you to get attention for themselves, so they can monetize it in some way. And see, after that, he urged his members to cease all mentions of Wendigoon. Well, I'm a big freedom of speech kind of guy, so I don't really pull that crap. But anyway, I guess he wants to be that way as it would be. My wife getting ready for our double date while I'm in the shower practicing my Jeff Goldblum impression. What the fuck? What the hell, man? I thought my shit was weird. Dude, I thought my stuff was weird. Yeah, I thought my shit was weird. I don't think so. I mean, my shit's weird. What the hell? Inside the world of gun YouTubers with Brandon Hera. So I guess that's kind of like just released a video about gun YouTubers. Got to shoot a 50 caliber P90 Tommy gun and more. Oh, and that's what you were kind of mentioning right there. I guess guns make money. I guess guns make money. I guess they really, really do. By the way, what do you think about the George Lucas stuff, mister? Did you get into that stuff at all? About the shift? Inequalitist of his time, anti-discrimination, anti-racist, all that stuff, George Lucas, compared with the modern era of equity, where it's like, you got to pick your race, you got to pick your discrimination. Did you get into that stuff at all? You said the dude wrote a damage control Patreon post. I can't get into the Patreon. Refusing to take accountability for disingenuous mischaracterizing Brandon and the other aforementioned YouTubers. Damage control. Damage. Let's see. The horror and conspiracy YouTube personality is embroiled in controversy following the release of a video made by fellow. Should stretch this out a little bit. Fellow YouTubers praise of the shadows, scrutinizing him for our YouTuber. Praise of the shadows, scrutinizing him for political leanings, religious associations, and stance. Could stretch out a little bit, huh? And stance on gun ownership. So this all comes down to guns, huh? Is this mostly guns? You said that's on top of the copium-filled Twitter thread. He wrote. What is the deal with... When was this? This was 4 days ago. What's the deal with In Praise of Shadows and Wendigoon? Let's see here. What do we got here? Got a friendly reminder there. See, it looks like the whole Wendigoon section was cut from his video. What do you mean? Vid was originally over 3 hours. It's now less than 3. He cut a bunch out after backlash. That's exhausting. Just leave your shit in there. That's right. Just like leave your shit in there. So I'll be on record. Anytime I say stupid shit, I mean, it's good to have it's good to have what I said that was stupid. So if I said something stupid, I could retort and just leave it to history. Because we all make blunders. But I mean, I guess he's really worried about his channel just being disliked into like first degree hell. Alright, let's see. I think he was trying to make a point about how Wendigoon and other YouTubers seem to claim they aren't against insert minority group, but are either friends, collaborators, or follower of people with the worst fucking world views on those subjects, and often pull the I don't have to agree with people to like them argument, but it seems to do this for multiple people. I don't have to agree with people to like them. You said he honestly should have never made the video to begin with. They didn't say what the video was in here. Let's see. What's this? He cut it and is getting re-uploads taken down. Go to Tom's Dark current stream and you can find it. It started about 8 hours ago. Dude has a pretentious, unlikable personality, and it's blatant throughout his hit piece. See, I get what he's going for, but his presentation was a bit of a mess. You could definitely argue he positions himself as a moral authority, someone who wants clout, huh? Which is very bad. After people make a certain amount of money, it gets very bad because they become political activists. And a lot of people disagree with the guilt by association, which I think he's kind of right with certain people, but not others. E.g., I thought he had a really bad take when he said Neve Campbell was a bad person for coming back to the Scream movies after they fired Melissa Barrera for being pro-Palestine, to which he gestured Neve is financially supporting the Israeli military by making money for a pro-Israeli company, which is pretty wild take. Neve Campbell is pro-Israel? Is that what he said there? What the fuck? That gets into a whole nother can of worms. There is one issue that you cannot get into, and that is Israel and Palestine. You cannot get into that issue. And if people think about it, and I've thought about it, there's a reason why. There's a moment in history that was so bad, it was so terrifying, that to this day it still terrifies the hearts and minds of people on both sides. Both sides. And it is a fear that goes beyond any other event in history, modern history, that we've experienced. Past generations of experience. So you'd have to go back probably to the Civil War. So you said not to mention praise weaponized Brandon's grandfather's injury. What? Okay, so he praised. Okay, so his grandfather had an injury. Let's see, as a means to further slander Wendigoon. Okay, so there was like some type of accident, maybe, or something like that. Oh God, not Turkey Tom. Oh no. Once I started seeing Turkey Tom go on Destiny streams, he kind of lost me there. I will say this, Destiny, if there's someone that I would like to pit myself against, it would be Destiny, just because he's so crazy. He's so far left crazy, it's insane. Let's see. Why are you not doing Twitch? That is because I know I could be making money off Twitch. It's because on Twitch I would have to be probably like gaming mostly. I'd probably have to play Core Keeper. At least you came over. At least Kitsune, you came over to the YouTube. At least you found my stream. That's good. Well, you know how I feel about Twitch. It's whenever I start playing games again, I'll probably go through Twitch. I'll probably stream on Twitch more, but yes, this is Kitsune. But I will be streaming on Thursdays and Fridays. Like, this will be my morning Thursday stream, and I'll stream tomorrow morning too. And I'll just go through stuff that... gaming isn't as fun as going through most of this stuff. all this drama, news related stuff, to where I can go through like the George Lucas stuff, and Mister can come along and talk about apparently gun tuber drama. Let's see, where's it going? See, collaborators. Wait. Oh, you're in the Discord. Oh, I don't. I shut off Discord on this one to save. To save processing power for the stream. At YouTube, I'd probably want to be careful with you, Kitsune. I probably would want to be careful with you. And or maybe not. I don't know. But you have a funny story. Well, what's the story? Started off with like the text first, and or let's see. Oh, there's an answer. I think he was trying to make a point about how Wendigo and other YouTubers seem to claim they aren't against insert minority group, but are either friends, collaborators, or followers of people with the worst. Okay, I already went into that. So yeah, I get into what he. Okay, you know, people are always like, you ever come across a person that says, "I'm not racist because I have this inserted racial friend." I'm like, you're the most racial person I've ever met. It's about weed, okay? What's your weed story? Mudahar Nux, Taku, Brandon, Buckingham, and they all responded. What did they respond? Where's some other of their stuff? There's a full segment. Donut operator tweeted out a response to his section. Did he do it on his Twitch? This guy right here, donut operator. Is that donut operator? What the hell? Jesus Christ, man, dude. Check out those pecs. Jesus. I'm just kidding. So this would have been... I think it's absolutely hilarious that a child rapist got their head blown off with a shotgun, and you're never going to convince me otherwise. Not that that's controversial or anything. There's so many degrees, and you can only go so. And well, technically, you can go as far left and far right as you want. What do you mean that and the House approved it? What do you mean? So you have been upgraded, Kitsune. Your privileges have been upgraded. Oh shit. How can I say like recent ones? Like holy shit, that's a lot of links. Holy shit. Worst video I've ever seen.
We got a fun one today, guys. A real doozy. We're going to be covering the hit piece In Praise of Shadows made on Wendigoon, and later in the video we're going to hear from Oompaville and even Wendigoon himself, so buckle up. In this video, I will be addressing remarks made about me by a YouTuber called In Praise of Shadows. Here's what he said.
He is friends with Brandon Buckingham, a gun YouTuber who has been accused of threatening...
A gun YouTuber?
What'd you say? You said the hell's this video? Good question. Apparently the worst video I ever seen. It's about Wendigoon versus In Praise of Shadows. So this is Brandon Buckingham responds to In Praise of Shadows in regards to comments he made about Wendigoon, donut operator, shoe on head, some some ordinary gamer. That's the Mudahara guy, I guess. And then Ompaville. Oh wait, I've seen that guy. Never mind, I remember. It's the mustache dude. That dude, I don't know, man. And more in his video titled Bad Conservative Movies. I didn't realize Vil was like conservative. He kind of seemed to be a little bit out there to me.
Sure, some of you guys are confused right now, so let me break it down for you. In a desperate attempt to make the YouTuber Wendigoon look bad for being friends with me...
Man, this lighting is all blue. Is everyone got a mustache now?
...describe me as a gun YouTuber who's been accused of threatening... Mind you, I've made one single video about gun YouTubers, and this guy chose a photo of my grandpa after his brain injury.
I'll be on the record as saying I don't have a problem with guns, but I will say that I'm sure gun YouTubers, they just found a way to make money. It's just people that found a way to make money.
To spread the false accusations that Sneeko made up about me. And
Kevin has posted something on
about how false
Discord.
Essentially
like,
ruined his life, which makes it even more egregious that he spread this lie about me.
I was like on my phone because I have Discord on the phone, but that's like separate device.
Breadtuber really thinks that if you're friends with internet historian, donut operator, shoe on head, Oompaville, Mudahar, Garand Thumb, Turkey Tom, Brandon.
So I want to get into that. You should try that. Okay, I'll have to check that out. But so here would be my interpretation on. So there are people that like to tear status, and they will go after your friends, and they'll try to get your friends to turn against you. There are people that do that kind of sick shit. And that's what this kind of looks like right here. It's someone that has a disagreement and just starts to target your entire circle around you and get them to turn against you. Isolate you, and usually it's because of a fear. It's like at the end of the day they're afraid of the person that they're targeting, so they're trying to use the group, trying to manipulate the group around the group to take out the individual because they can't do it themselves.
Herrera or myself, then you are a bad person. Meaning he probably thinks if you're watching this right now and are a fan of me, you are also a bad person. It's really compelling stuff. It's really profound stuff. So I figured I'd give him the time of day and watch his entire 3.5-hour video and address his points directly. And although he edited out the last 25% of his video, which is the most psychotic, I, as a big fan of his artistic work...
There's no point in hiding your radical theories or ideology, all that stuff. Like, it's all going to come out eventually, so I don't even want anyone would bother it. So, I mean, I just straight up tell people... They'll get the hint, like, yeah, I'm center right, I'm a constitutionalist. That's it. You can't say anything more. I'm just going to stay within those lines, because that's what I believe. But if you start to go too far left or right, well, and you're showing policies that hurt you because the majority of people are in the middle, just be yourself. It is what it is. That's why we have freedom of speech. But if you're afraid it's going to affect your monetization, well... Maybe that's a sign that your beliefs are a little bit too far extreme.
Already had it downloaded. So without further ado, let's get into this soy bullshit crap slop nonsense.
I do try to avoid soy just in general, just because it's not good for men, but
Guy starts off his video complaining about a convention called Mad Monsters that he attended. First whining about having to walk down an unpaved road in the cold.
First of all, I arrived at the convention and their small main parking lot was already filled.
I mean, I won't lie. Like, I like to have, you know, when I go somewhere, I like to have good parking. I like to know where I'm parking and actually have like a parking spot. But we'll see what he's going into here.
And they gave me directions to their overflow parking area that upon arrival, I realized was well over half a mile
At least they have an overflow parking area.
away from the event. And that they had arranged no shuttle services whatsoever, meaning that I had to
No shuttle services? Oh my God, Jesus. You said you had a conversation with a guy who said interpretations are true reality, not the real thing, but interpretations. So I said, okay, I choose the the interpret. We are living on Jupiter. Welcome to Jupiter, buddy. Oh my God, just mind fucking Jesus. He got mad and said, okay, you continue.
walk down a dirt trail that had large rocks in it in the February cold to get back to their main building.
The rocks hurt my feet when I walk, and the
Oh my God, this guy. And then you said, there it popped up. That's not how it looks. It's not how it works. We live on Earth. God damn it. And you said, are you sure? Because my interpretation is reality, right? Oh my God, you're being terrible. Let's see, Mr. Thing is, praise targeted their political standings, religions, and friendships with other controversial content creators to paint a guilt by association narrative. Yeah, that's status tearing, you know? So, I mean, just tearing down someone's status and using other people, manipulating other people to do it. It's very toxic behavior.
air hurts my face.
I'm not someone to ever actually make a complaint about something like that, but the reality of the situation is that not providing
Only a
shuttle
face a mother could love.
services to guests who can't
This is gonna be Scar in the upcoming Mufasa Disney movie. You said he called me a Reddit troll and now is going around to Discord servers and getting you banned because I beat him, because you beat him with his logic. Logic is a logic weaponized is a deadly weapon. It's a blunt instrument of mental batness.
park so far away immediately makes you seem totally unprofessional.
What do you mean you're not someone to ever actually complain about something
By the way, Kitsune, for the record, what is your political ideology these days?
like that? You just did complain about it. Next he goes on to complain about the material of the wristband at the convention.
When I finally got inside to purchase a weekend ticket at the front desk, they tried to put a paper wristband on me. I tried to clarify.
Oh my God, a paper wristband. Oh my God. You said some people really aren't built for the internet. Apparently, look. I mean, this isn't. Oh, you don't know Kitsune? Yeah, anytime someone says they don't know, that gives me an idea that they're starting at the center.
Saying that I didn't want a day pass, I wanted the weekend pass. And they said that that was the weekend pass. They instead expected me to wear this paper wristband at all times for 3 days straight. By the second
For 3 days straight, you can't take it off.
day, it was falling apart because I had taken a shower and it became very soggy and uncomfortable to wear.
I guess, I mean, if I had to wear something like that, I'm like, couldn't he have, like, taken it off, like, before the shower? Or he could have just, like, put something over. I don't know. This is too much. I don't know. What'd you say? It said, you're more along the lines of freedom of choice, speech, religion, beliefs, as long as you don't shove shit down others' choice. You are libertarian, Kitsune. You just recently missed the Libertarian Convention. Mouth, not choice. Okay. Or throat and or. Okay. You said the whole conversation, Mr. Complaint and other talking points he brings up relatively has nothing to do with Wendigoon. It seems like he's just projecting his own... This is like a simple case of someone just like projecting their toxicity, you know. It happens. Which I recommend to people if you want to understand your levels of health, if you're in a healthy level or negative level, analyze how you're talking to people. So when you're having a conversation with someone and if it turns into a disagreement, you can analyze what you're saying to someone because you just may be projecting. So you have to, so take what you said to someone else and analyze that and think about what is going right, what is going wrong. You know, what was the conversation? What began that thought, that conversation? You know, so you kind of use it to analyze your health a bit. And if you feel like after looking back, after analyzing yourself at the conversation, if you feel like you were being unhealthy, then that's the first key to going back into an unhealthy spot.
Oh, my soggy wristband. Next, he goes on to whine about the convention not having any food.
I didn't eat before I got there.
I'll be honest, I wouldn't trust the food vendors anyway, because you got to be careful, man, because some of us, like, food don't go down, greasy food don't go down very well, you know. So when you go to places like that, you know, you're dependent on the cook and how they've cleaned stuff. So, but hey, I mean, you could also always bring your own food too. What'd you say? Let's see. Or watch your life in third person, walk around and absorb yourself and view yourself day to day. Don't impede and be your normal self, but watch like a movie. Very third person. And very, very, very extroverted sensing. Yeah. And,
First day and expected to
that's
be
the same.
at some
You know,
point.
I'm always, because I'm an extroverted sensor. I'm always aware of myself and my environment. And I always like to give analysis on myself, on how my interactions with people in my environment. I'm constantly analyzing what happened, what is this, why is this, and then every time I do apply an action, I analyze those actions. People in my environment, me in the environment, me interacting with people in my environment. You said praise also bitterly attacks him for being rich, living in a nice social class area, while he didn't grow up the same way.
And was very
So
upset.
like, I'm obviously I'm below. So right now, I am below the middle class. Not by too much, but I'm below the middle class. I was raised poor. I had a welfare family. Money was very, very tight. So early on, I learned that money was valuable, but you had to respect it. You had to respect what you had. So whatever money you had to respect that and make do. And if you couldn't make more, you could cut and you could save money to make the difference. And that created a very humble experience. Now if you're just a fucking brat and you've been helicopter mothered and you've been given everything, and then you grow up and you realize after your parents are no longer here and you realize, oh my god, there's no one that's going to take care of me, and you can have that bratty attitude. You said he was literally playing the struggle Olympics.
Learned that there was only an
Oh
alcohol
my
stand
God.
on the convention floor and no food whatsoever. So I didn't
The
end up eating
struggle
until about 10
Olympics.
p.m. later that night.
Ever heard of packing a ham sandwich? But apparently there was food. This idiot just couldn't find out where it was.
The next day I did actually learn that there was a food area
So, I mean, that's the first thing with me is food. Like, if I go to a place, I'm like, does this place have food? And then I'm like, yeah, I'll be asking around, does this place have food? Good food? I'll ask around, what's the best food? Is there food here? And I'll hunt down that food shack, whatever it is. I'll hunt it down. I'll find that son bitch. I'll get me some grub. And it better be good. But if it isn't, as long as it's decent. You said, I'm pretty sure Brandon addresses it? Okay.
for the con set up in the lobby of the hotel next to the convention center.
This
But
thing
there
is
were no signs
long.
telling you of this, and it was very much hidden.
It's a big conspiracy. They're
This is
against
long.
you. They're hiding
How do
food.
people, as a content creator, how do people create such long videos. I just don't understand it because there's so much to it. You have to have no life. I have a job. I have a job. You have to have this could take like a week. This could take like a week to make. Holy shit, it could take like a freaking week. Who knows? Jesus Christ. You said Kitsune, you said you got you got called into the office and talked to about it and responded. So I can't buy food I want to eat with my own money that you give me. That was a question. When did you all start controlling what I eat and can buy? That's way too helicopter. Like, you know, like helicopter people around you that just don't let you grow. Praise's original video is over 3 hours long.
From you at the convention.
Oh my
Next, he goes on
God.
to sarcastically complain about his hotel's pool being out of commission.
Luckily, the first night after having a late dinner, I could relax in the indoor pool that my hotel was advertised as having.
Where
which
was your
just
first?
Magnificent. Although, I guess I can't blame that on Mad Monster.
And mind you, this video is over 3 hours long, so I can't cover every single stupid thing he says. But
I
just
have
gonna show
not
you guys
yet
how big
seen
of a
the
victim
Discord
of baby
message.
this guy really is.
Not
Next, he
just
explains
yet.
How he's upset that a YouTuber named Cody Leach.
And that's because right now I'm using my phone as the camera. So my phone is the camera right now. So
convention and didn't criticize it enough.
I'll just see it pop up.
Kevin Spacey as the main attraction.
In his 33 minutes of talking about the convention,
Although, I
everything
guess I
that happened
could.
around it, Leach fails to mention Kevin Spacey outside of a single joke about the situation over 20 minutes into the video. Not only that, if we look at this footage that I shot, compared to the footage that he shot, you can see that he has clearly framed his angle standing roughly at the exact same spot I was, so as to not show the giant Kevin Spacey...
You mean the why am I not doing Twitch?
When you look at his footage and you compare it to my footage, he was standing where I was standing and didn't even get the Kevin Spacey banner in his shot.
And you know, I think that people who are in my line of work have...
So when I do camera work, like if I'm going to the beach, I'm going with the flow, and whatever I get, I get. You know, it's almost like a fun thing, because when you go out and you set a couple hours and you just go out and you're like just kind of like photographing things. Oh, you send it in my DMs. When you just start taking pictures, it's almost a fun experience, because you're like, I may not get any good shots today. I may not get none. I may get one that's really good. And I might get some that are okay. But if I get that one that's like good, I'm like, oh yeah. So it's kind of like a fun little gamble experience. And that was much of my, like, you know, videos that I've done so many various shorts with.
a certain level of responsibility.
A couple things, I was able to make some Legend of Zelda parodies, which are technically some of my most watched videos on YouTube are like Zelda parodies. And usually it's because I went out to the beach and I found a stick and I put it into a log. Oh my god. I'm like, okay, I can make a Zelda reference with this later. I didn't expect this.
Appropriately cover the things that we choose to talk about. So in my opinion, making a glowing half-hour-long video about how cool Mad Monster is in the wake of them trying to publicly rehabilitate Spacey's image into a right-wing personality at a convention held in the South, which happened within weeks after he appeared on Tucker Carlson's show, is not a very responsible use of your platform.
Kevin Spacey was last registered as a Democrat and is a homosexual fella. But because he had a conversation with Tucker Carlson, this guy claims that Kevin is a conservative.
The Daily
Oh,
Wire
okay,
in this
Kitson,
time
yeah.
ran a piece defending the convention and their booking of Spacey. And you know, just my opinion here, but no horror event should ever fumble the bag so badly that you get the Nazi news force coming to bat for you.
Oh yeah.
The Nazi news force? You said you were walking in the woods and saw a log. And whoa, and you rolled the log over and saw a tiny little stick, and it was, yeah. I was like, yeah. It was like,
You heard
I had a lot of
about
those moments at the
why
beach where I'm
Ben
like,
Shapiro
I did not
was-
expect this to happen, and it happened. So I'm like, oh, and that's like that lucky thing you made accidentally do something that's really cool. Ben Shapiro. I have opinions about Ben Shapiro.
News station is the Nazi news force. Anyone who knows literally anything about Ben Shapiro would know that he is a Zionist.
Well, and this is supporting Brandon Buckingham. So, Brandon, I just want you to know you are a lucky winner of ad watching today. And I promise on every stream, somebody's video, I'm going to watch your ad. I promise you. And make you ad money. So congratulations, Brandon. You're this episode's winner.
He wraps up chapter 1 of his crybaby magnum opus by whining
Oh
about
my God,
conservatives
Kitsune.
enjoy
Oh
horror
my
movies
God.
and it should only be a genre for liberals or some bullshit like that.
And that I think there's
Kitsune, you're not allowed to go outside.
actually not one, but two distinct horror communities that do not overlap. One that is more concerned with
Whoa, there are like different areas in the horror community? Oh my God.
writing and thinking about how our own experience
What is this, a horror house?
are reflected through art. A group that overall is less concerned with how much a movie makes at the box office.
By the way, do I mention that I do make spooky videos? And I have one to work on. I have one that I was going to post, a very short one, but I was like, this is like too good. I should like edit it more. So it's going to take a long time, but I do have like little creepy, spooky stuff.
with what it is trying to say as a work of art.
Actually, one of them actually continues to get watched. It's gotten over like 1,000 views, and I posted it last year. I didn't expect it.
To ourselves and culture as people. And then you have another that is more conservative and traditionally capital A American and is based on
Every video of you is spooky because you're ginger. Well, thank you. And I have no soul.
basic consumerism and viewing movies strictly as entertainment and nothing else. A group that often gets angry at the very notion of subtext existing within a work of fiction and views art not as a means to express what it means to exist, but instead that sees the value of creation just within the context of how fun and experience that product is.
This is good stuff. Let's move on to chapter 2 of this incredible video.
Jesus.
I'd like to talk
Is
to
the
you-
anatomy to make fun of some of his videos where he like goes into the anatomy of shit?
worst week of my life. So, January of 2022. Okay, I made a video about The Hills Have Eyes that went
What does Praise look like? Is that Praise right there? Does it sound like
very
him?
badly. And I've never really spoken about this.
Well, it sounds like
Nobody
him,
knows
right?
that it was a thing, except for maybe just a couple of times on Twitter. I guess when it happened, I just hoped that it would eventually disappear, but it never has.
So in this chapter, this guy moves on to whining about people giving him a hard time on Twitter for shitty takes he had in a previous video.
So, this is a brief reanalysis of Wes Craven, The Hills Have Eyes, and the internet's general response to some pretty
How do they listen to him? Bro looks like Dr. Disrespect. Don't disrespect the doc, man. How dare you, Kitsune? How dare you disrespect the doc? How dare you disrespect the two-time, man? The dude's like 6'8", man. He's the two-time. I don't care if it was just Blockbuster Video. And if I've created beef with the doc, I hope he's prepared. We're gonna make beef
basic things that I said
ravioli.
about him and his work about 2 years ago. In the time since making that video, very often it is the
I don't know, man. I don't know, man.
case that when conservatives want to criticize me, they will go back to that and use it as a weapon. By twisting
Like
my
the pyramids that have the point, everyone would be watching and would be like, "Hey, dude, do you ever get to the point?"
words in very bad faith. to
Even
make
the
it
sun is
look
faded.
like I said something that I obviously did not intend if you had watched the video. Usually in an attempt to make me either look
It's like this plane right here. Like it describes him in general. He's just plain and ordinary.
crazy or cartoonish or racist, or that I don't know what I'm talking
What is he
about.
wearing? What
This
the
is
hell?
pretty ironic, 'cause what he's upset
If
about
two
is
vegans
what he does
argue,
to
is
me
it
and
still
nearly a
beef?
dozen other creators towards the
Only-
end of this video.
Literally, there has not been
Oh
a
my
single
God.
week that has gone
Is
by
it still
in over
beef?
2 years
Oh my
that I
God.
didn't have somebody saying something shitty to me about that video. And I don't think that most of them have
It's the
actually
question of the day,
How can
Kitsune.
this guy complain about jumping to conclusions when he literally boiled my entire existence down to being a gun YouTuber who's been accused of threatening? Besides, the video he's talking about is fucking terrible.
You're just minimizing people. That's a way to win an argument. An attempt, at least. Not have a debate to win an argument is you minimize someone.
His video about The Hills Have Eyes essentially said that the victims in that movie deserved to be brutalized because they were colonizers or some dumb shit like that.
Posting that video
Oh,
was a
okay.
huge
So that's where
negative
people are
turning
really.
point in my life. And the
So
way that
so
that
people
one
are
video-
really taking him like very literal. You said his voice is so boring. Arguments sound contrarian. Okay. Whoa. And derivative with pettiness sprinkled in. He is a baked cake. A baked cake, as it would be, of absolute, plain, unpointedly awfulness. You said the guy is like that plain because the only thing that's like that mountain is his ego. Everything else is so flat and boring. Yeah, that was nice. That was
was
nice.
received has really impacted everything
I'll give
about me.
like my little Peter Griffin, like.
Before that, I was relatively comfortable financially. I could make the kinds of videos that I wanted to and have honestly struggled very badly ever since then.
So I think we found the root of this guy's problem here. He's broken.
He's so sunken down in his chair now from listening to him.
Is enviously lashing out at others for being successful.
If you want to know why I make so many franchise videos,
So here's a little secret, and you said Kitsune knows what's up. I know that was pretty nice reply back. That was nice. Touche. So one thing I do is I try my best. I try my best not to see other content creators that might be doing something similar to what I do, just in case I don't want to be discouraged. I keep my morale high, so I don't want to look at someone else's content and be wondering what I could have done better when I can just be focusing on what I'm doing without that unnecessary criticism. So that's like a little idea to content creators that want to grow and better their content. Don't focus on others. Focus on what you're providing. You said he's falling asleep from the boredom. Yeah, I mean he's
it's
like
because
this.
I still need to eat, and those are
That
the
slouch
things
is
that
real.
never gain any traction. Everything else I do dies as soon as it's released.
Does this guy know how bad his attire is? Apparently it doesn't affect his style, his physical style. Does he know how bad it is? It's really
Something he
bad.
doesn't want to make just to pay rent, but he doesn't realize he sounds like a spoiled
Does he
little
pay
baby here
rent?
because most people on Earth do stuff they don't want to do to make money.
For transparency, this is a graph of my total lifetime views on my channel, and this is
Your total? Well, I mean, oh, your total lifetime? Really? That's funny. Between July and June. Really? Wow. That means that's funny. I kind of like my Barbie video alone kind of like gets like right here. And that's just within, that's funny.
the point where I posted The
funny.
Hills Have Eyes. There is a clear delineation before and after me making that, and at least from my perspective, I'm not really sure if that response was entirely fair or justified. I don't think that as a person I deserve that based on my performance in that one single video. I understand.
So, Osman said a couple weeks ago while he was streaming, he literally said in one of his posted videos, he said, streamers are tools, they're not people. This guy would do well to understand what that means. You said this guy is so boring, he is giving the slouching guy scoliosis. Oh my god.
And that I am not entitled
Oh my
to your
God.
time whatsoever or anything
There,
like that.
bringing on the dark humor. I love it. I love the dark humor.
I'm just a guy on the internet. But if you stopped watching me over the public
See right there, there was a projection. I'm just a guy on the internet. God, that must piss him off. He's just a tool. That's all he is. He's a tool. That's what content creators are. That's what streamers are.
to that one work, then I kind of want to talk about that a little bit here.
Because I mean, the real stars are the audience. The real stars are the people in chat. The real stars are the people outside the streamer. You know, it's just through the streamer that their voice gets out. That's all. That's really all it is. It's like if you watch the WWE and superstars say, they say thank you to the fans. That this is because of you, all because of you. Like they really mean it. It's true. An empty arena does not sell tickets.
Significant amount of people who frequently say untrue things about me, and in the long term, it has kind of ruined my ability to make a living doing what I want to do with.
All he wants to do is make money. All he wants to do is make money. There's more to life. You can only make so much before there's no point.
Work.
And that is legit. For people that complain that they don't make enough money, if you make too much money, life becomes miserable. And not in the lifestyle. The lifestyle is great, I'm sure. But then it's like, well, what do you do now? Because money is the pyramid of life. And once the pyramid is built, are you going to try and build another pyramid? You can only build so many pyramids.
Say insane things, your viewers are gonna tune out, man.
Equate that with like maybe $1 million per pyramid. I mean, you can only do so much, really. I mean, after you start making $1 million, I'm sure it's like, it's just, what would be the point? So I'm happy with what I got. You said your mom?
It sounds like you're taking zero accountability for your self-imposed fall off. My advice is to get a job and make hyper-left schizo shit posts as a hobby.
People got extremely mad at me.
My advice would be for him to get a job, continue to spew out his leftist rants, and start to realize, take the criticism within in that regard, and actually kind of modify his ideology a little bit, and realize that he's not in the majority. And that because we are in a republic, a majority kind of does matter.
The hills have eyes. Because genuinely, if you go back and watch that video, that is all I am doing.
Wrong. Here's something he's. Just listen to this.
The hill people can be representative of anything that you want them to be, really. They can be Native Americans, and the hills themselves can be allegorical of them being forced back onto reservation.
You said Brandon looks fed up having to respond to such psychobabble from a delusional leftist. I mean, I can imagine you get tired. I mean, the Brandon dude, he's pretty much set, right? I mean...
They can be black Americans that have for hundreds of years been forced...
I mean, in 20 hours he makes, I'm sure he's pretty set. I'm sure he's making a lot of money.
...forced to live within a dehumanizing system that has balances...
Probably doesn't need this guy to increase his wealth.
They can be anyone who has been a victim of hundreds of years of horrifically violent, white, wealthy, educated progress.
Why would you say white, wealthy progress? Why would you say that? It's like human progress.
Listen, big guy. People are mad because you said that the inbred cannibals in the hills have eyes.
And that ties in with the George Lucas stuff, where like Star Wars is like a really good example of his message on, and the prequels as well. Like the prequels with the animatronics, the robots and discrimination, you know, and then he's got Leia as examples for, like, you know, whiny feminists about why aren't women in smart, intelligent women in leading roles. Just look at Princess Leia. I mean, she's the leader of the rebellion, stuff like that. You said he said Brandon is heavily respected in the community. He also tied German shepherds to racism. You mean shadows tied.
Obviously, you got backlash for being a silly Billy, and that backlash must have deeply impacted you, because up next, you include about 10 minutes straight of mean tweets that people sent to you after you made that stupid video.
I started to receive comments like this. I can't imagine watching this film and coming away with the conclusion that the cannibals are secretly the good guys, and the biggest tragedy is that they didn't eat the people passing through.
Okay, so at the end of the day, anything's opinionated, and you shouldn't take offense to people's opinions. So that's just like, just in case, with... Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god, what just happened?
Just fucking reading these tweets. He's not even debunking.
You said you don't think feminist Leia is a good idea. Feminist Leia is a good idea. I mean, it's hard to believe that a woman like that would, like, become, like, the leader of the rebellion and have, like, and just be, like, some leftist crazy. You know, Leia would have to be very, very, you know... Leftists don't make good leaders. They just don't. They just really don't.
Them. And the most annoying part is that he, like...
They're, just by default, they're disagreeable types. So they're disagreeing with everything. They don't. Very pragmatic. A lot of them are very pragmatic. And there's others that will take over the community and they'll do the manipulation, the status chasers. and they'll tear down groups of people just to save themselves. You said you looked at Diana and look at her now after her talk.
After some of them to like snarkily
Diana?
laugh as if they aren't bothering him when he already
Question
just
mark?
said they're ruining his fucking life.
I've enjoyed several of your videos, but damn, you seem to be a bit lost in this one. Your stance.
Okay, Brandon, you are today's second winner of Ads Watched. Congratulations. I know you don't need it, but just so you know, you're appreciated. Oh my God, how much money are you making off this? This ad, Jesus, oh my God. This is why I'm not on Twitch. This is why I'm not on Twitch, because they want me to do ads, and I feel bad. I don't want to do minute ads. This is like 3 minutes. What the hell? Wow, man, these guys are making way too much money on YouTube. You know, I'm gonna say it here: YouTubers make too much money, and the ones that complain about it are the worst. Dude, man, these YouTubers make bank, man. A lot of them are like 200K minimum. Dude, come on, man.
About 40,000 a year. There's no other job that pays with that little time.
Although that is like the top 5%, but you know, there's still people within that percentage that complain.
The best part is it's literally a done-for-you system. You're not buying any merchandise. You're not storing any merchandise.
Or maybe I should correct that. Maybe that is the 95% complaining, but it's really hard to be in that 5%. Excuse me. You said British Diana, like Princess Diana?
To get started in making thousands of dollars a month in passive income.
I mean,
Now, I wish I could say I'm the genius who discovered this method, but I'm not.
the only thing I could say is that it was in general Diana.
I took their free training, the same free training that's linked below, turned around, and made my first
Oh, thoughts and praise so far? I mean, like Kitsune said, you know, but the pyramids and the plains. I mean, how can I describe like shadows? Is like I would he needs to stay in his own lane. That's the best thing. That's my best advice for him, is to stay in his own lane and realize that his ideology is further from the center of the majority, and that the backlash that he is getting is based on the majority. Well, it's a combination, so it may also be the other side coming at it, and they're both like two vegans coming at it. Does that create beef? Well, in this case, it does. So you got the two, you got the left lane and the right lane going at it, but both of them do have to realize that there's people in the center, and it's a far bigger majority. And what's happening with Praise is that he's realizing that he's not getting anything from the center because they don't care. The majority are healthy. They don't care about this bullshit. All he's getting is hate from the other side. So I guess that would be like the gun tubers. But conservatives or people that are right-leaning, just by generally speaking, tend to have a tendency to be more agreeable anyway. So there's a certain point, because I'll believe you when you said Brandon's getting sick of commenting on it. There's a certain point to where it's just like, dude, this is irrelevant. We talked about it enough. We got to move on to other shit. It's ridiculous. So Praise has to realize that he's in this far left corner, and he's not going to grow. He's not going to go anywhere until he accepts what the other side is saying. He can disagree with it, accepts it, and then he understands that he's not the majority, and that if he wants to grow, he's going to have more content that leads more towards the majority here. And a lot of people in the console community make this mistake, like with the fanboys and stuff like that. They're not realizing that there's big center that they're not hitting. They're only getting on the other sides, the left and right sides. So he needs to broaden his perspectives. That would be my thoughts. Did you hear about the Nicki Minaj stuff? What is it? Yeah. Yeah. You said since this controversy unfolded, he's steadily losing subs. And that could be the right side turning against him, just those that didn't realize his ideology that are turning away. And it could be some of the center people too. It's definitely not good for him. Where's my damn thing? You heard. Okay. So she must have been released from jail. Is that right? Is she released from jail? Or she wasn't, or put in jail at least. His own audience called him out in the now deleted community post he wrote. Where, well, did you send a link of Muda? On, Alright, that's because Some Ordinary Gamers was Muda, right? Oh, that's just 15 seconds? Oh, the ad's 15 seconds. Okay, today's third winner of the day for ads watched is Some Ordinary Gamer. Congratulations. I hope you enjoy your prize, which was me watching your ad. Oh, speaking of anime, Sony's going to be putting out their Anime Academy. And they already own Crunchyroll and Funimation. So that'll be part of that whole branch, that whole sector, the Anime Academy. So that should be interesting.
And today's video is brought to you by Common Sense, which unfortunately isn't so common anymore. We're also bringing you a side sponsor as well, known as Objectivity.
Common sense depends on what the left and right find common in view.
Research and bringing things up in good faith. This is something that the subject to today's video absolutely lacks. So if you're interested in
Have I seen him before?
www.thisisagoddamnjoke.com/SOG. All right, I'm sure somebody's going to buy that goddamn domain.
Well,
but anyway,
making that money.
I was called out a few days ago by a YouTuber known as In Praise of Shadows, okay? A channel that covers horror history, reviews, and retrospectives. And while this was something that was a little bit unexpected, this is not a channel I've really seen. I've seen one of his videos pop up in a feed. Never really watched it because I don't really watch at horror movie retrospectives. If you think what I watch is, this is the kind of content that I look up, okay? Look up any old game from the 90s, space, type in retrospective. Find the longest video you can and just watch it the rest of the day. That's the content that I consume, okay? That's literally what Mudahar watches. But of course, this is a guy that genuinely appears to make some pretty good objective videos about horror movies. His most recent video was bad conservative horror movies.
Oh, that wasn't even there. Wait, that wasn't even an option, right? Was it? Oh, so that's like really blunt. That's like really blunt. Oh my god. That's like really blunt. I didn't. That's not. Where was that? I didn't see that. So he did take that down or something? What the hell? Wow. What the hell? He deleted the video. Yeah, that would have added a lot of context. Bad conservative horror movies. Why would you do that? Why would you fuck your channel up like that? I'm gonna say this immediately. Like that was a big fuck up. That was a big blunder. That was a big blunder.
Truly, and
That should have been. So I'm gonna be honest. If he was smart, he would have done that as his first video. He would have just been honest. He would have just been honest. So like even with my shorts and my videos, you get an idea of my ideology and what I believe in and stuff like that. But my God, man, like to put out your videos and to create a community over your videos that you don't even know what their beliefs are, and then you just after a couple years or whatever, you just post a video like that, and you don't know what base you've created in. You have no idea. Wow, that is a gamble. You said his hit piece had purposely disingenuous information and was riddled with malicious slander. His hit piece. Yeah.
Wendigoon, Brandon Buckingham, so on and so forth. Oopaville got called out for promoting bad things, being associated with the bad people on the internet.
Oopaville.
And this is
I swear, Oopaville. Does he take like a lot of like? Is he like on a lot of caffeine or something like that? I always thought Oopaville was. I always thought he was. I swear, I always thought he was left leaning. Like when he did the what's her name? The chick everyone I almost had her. I almost had her name. The wolf chick. When he was like making fun of her and shit like that. I don't know her political leanings, but I always got an idea that he was like very kind of lefty. You said Ruin Leon said he has the appearance of hipster. No, you're talking about Shadow's appearance.
I want to kind of respond because I really
has the
feel
hipster
like I was
pedophile
taken
look.
in the most bad faith representation possible, and I'm going to use this video to kind of make fun of this stupid shit and also address some serious misconceptions that really don't bother me at the end of the day, but enough for me to discuss it and kind of laugh at with the general community. Okay, at the end of the day, I only care about my relationship to you, my fan base. Okay, it is what it is. If you're somebody that hates me,
so what he just said right there was brilliant. He said his relationship with his fan base. That's what pedo Shadows should have done. I don't know if he's pedophile. It's just Mr. But I mean, I don't mind giving nicknames. But pedos in the shadows. I don't know. Shadows in the darkness, and within them a layer of pedos. I don't know. But what he just said there, focusing on his fans. So he knows his fans. He's created a fan base that know him, what he believes in, and they watch him because they like what he believes in. They agree with him. That's how you create a foundation right there. And what you don't do is create that foundation with content that doesn't talk about who you are or give an audience an idea of who you are, and then you do a video that just happens to not be what your audience agrees with, a majority of them. Because if what you said was true, he was losing subs, that's that chipping away. It's like now he's stirred the pot in a very bad way. You stir the pot when the food is starting to burn, okay? You don't stir the pot just because, you just...
clicks on these videos to say, Muda, you're a smelly poo boy. Then, honestly, I can't convince you.
Or just for
okay?
fun.
Drop your comment for the engagement.
Look, he wears a Columbia shirt.
I guess do what you have to. I don't really care. But again, ladies and gentlemen, it's fun to kind of laugh at these things and again, sort of like debunk a lot.
I wonder what he does with his other setup, because I got my 2 PC setup too. But I wonder what he does with that right there. I really do.
Representations you find on the internet. Now, this guy's video, Bad Conservative Horror Movies, watch a little bit of his content.
How did he watch through that? That's like almost an hour.
You can kind of understand his political ideologies and his leanings, mostly left-oriented.
Well, I mean, it says it right there. He says conservative and bad and conservative. So that's like, don't tell me someone's playing devil's advocate. I don't think so.
Not to say that there isn't bad conservative horror movies or bad conservative content sometimes, Doesn't really matter what your political spectrum is. No matter what side of the
You
political
said oh, Keffels is god awful, right? Oh my god, I do not like Keffels. I don't even know. I think yeah, Keffels for sure is like a lefty, right? When Mudo called out Keffels for willful lying about where the 100K GoFundMe, yeah, she was doing that weird shit, and she's doing that travel weird shit, right? Money went and used just a Worm's artwork of hers in his thumbnail. She weaponized her audience to label them transphobic, and she uses her agenda to like win her arguments and stuff like that.
spectrum you're on, you're all capable of making absolute dog water. For instance,
You said
Empire
Worm got
Plus-
harassed off the internet, was falsely accused of tracing / stealing artwork and using AI for his artwork.
Launched Mr. Bircham, okay? Meet Mr. Bircham.
I'll have to
No
check up
nonsense-
on Keffels sometime because I don't know what Keffels is up to, but there's always, as far as I know, the gist would be Keffels always crossing boundaries intentionally, making excuses for boundaries, and then giving fake apologies for crossing boundaries, and then just waiting to cross the next boundary. You said Muda's wife was targeted too. They endlessly labeled her a neo-Nazi. Okay. So neo-Nazi. I mean, we hear neo-conservatives, neoliberals, but to put around Nazis is just, it's going to put you in the Israel-Palestine box, and that's not good.
Workshop teacher at odds with this gamer.
Once you're in that box, so if you say neo-Nazi, you're really putting someone in a box, and if it's not true, you've put them in such a controversial box, their career can be ruined.
Son, snowflake students
Because
in the schools
they're one step away of saying something wrong about Israel or Palestine.
Jedi, Justice, Equity, Diversity, and Inclusion Officer. Again,
Wait.
This is something Adam Carolla has been pitching for a while, and I watched a few clips of this, and man, let me tell you.
I used to watch The Man Show. If only well, no, Adam Carolla is cool. Oh, okay, Adam Carolla is cool. Jimmy Kimmel was the one that was nuts. I wish I knew he was nuts then. You said they even went as far as to attack his ethnicity and their relationship. Okay, so they're a biracial relationship or marriage.
Okay, if goddamn Family Guy, actually Family Guy has always been kind of funny and has made it.
He seems like a pretty humble guy.
But the point is, if Family Guy and South Park still exist, dropping this thing, pile driving it into the ground, this is one of those shows where you watch a few snippets out of, and it's literally like written by like a 40-year-old who just wants to appeal to one specific crowd. It's really the wildest thing about politics, right? You got like the extreme left wing and the extreme right wing, and like all the majority is in like the center middle area, and we're all just like collectively grown.
Dude sounds like me, man. He sounds like me. That's so funny. That's so funny. Shit. Shit. I messed it up. I was just kind of curious if there's like anything on that. Oh, he's the ENTP. Okay, he's the ENTP. Okay, all right. Well, no, wait. How many votes? Almost like okay. All right. I am not an ENTP, but we have similar functions.
And they're some of these people spit out in their entire camps. But again, to go back to our buddy Praise of Shadows, he made this video about conservative horror movies. And
it's only because like ENTPs have they have TI parent and FE child, and IFJs like myself, I have FE parent and the TI child. So there's a little bit of a swap right there. The only way to notice it would be by looking at the other functions. The other two functions would be hard otherwise.
Minutes. It used to be an hour more, where it contained an entire hit piece on our buddy Wendigoon, primarily, but also I got strays, Oompaville got strays, Brandon got strays.
You can tell this guy cannot be an extroverted censor, man. There's no way, man. He looks ridiculous. You said, what do you mean, peep the video length? What do you mean?
Turkey Tom got strays, pretty much everyone got strays. This man delivered a bad faith representation, and it's time to actually debunk why it was bad faith. Now, I'm going to play one snippet from this video where he actually talks about Appalachia in a very wild sense, a area of the United States that covers
It's like peep
18
?
actual states, okay? So let's actually listen to this banger.
Deep Appalachia is very white country, and for the most part, is exceptionally racist. Genuinely, in this part of the country, you have to assume that any white person you meet is
It's
racist
like he's
against
trying to sound like the game theorist, but he just can't do it. You said as Mood explains, he cut out. Oh, okay. He cut out Wendigoon's section after receiving backlash. Okay.
unless they show you otherwise.
Don't worry, buddy. I'm sure you're one of the good white guys out there. But this is one of those statements that I kind of
There's nothing worse than a white person that is attacking white people.
talk about, because honestly it kind of paints a perspective for what this person's view of the world really is. Now, I'm sure that obviously there is definitely racism in some deep parts
I can imagine what I said was very controversial.
of the United States. That's not a shocking
At least
thing
it's
for
out
people
there.
to consume. But to broadly paint nearly every white guy living out there really serves as a statement to further separate society. I guess maybe the equivalent statement could be like, hey, look, all those Indian guys in Toronto, yeah, 99% of those dudes are racist. Trust me, you really got to dig through the Indians in Toronto to find the non-racist ones. I really feel like if anybody said that statement, it would immediately be they would immediately get...
So the key to finding a racist, all you have to do, Prey seems like a white savior. Oh, he does. So to find a racist, all you have to do is make a statement and then look for the person that says, "Oh, you just said something racist. We just found one." That's how you find a racist.
Regardless of whatever lived experience people have had. Now, obviously, this is a broad statement.
We've all been around that one person that it's awkward to be around because whatever you say, they always turn it into like, "Oh, that could be construed as racist. Oh, that's very discriminative." Like, ding, 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 projecting. Just found one.
It's not done in the best faith possible. And this kind of a statement from this creator actually paints how he views...
Actually, true story. If I ever encounter like a true racist, and that's someone that will project that shit. If someone calls me racist or discriminative, I automatically don't interact with them anymore because they're extremely toxic and they're projecting themselves. And it's best to avoid because the majority of people are not so. It's absolutely insane. And you don't want to be around someone that's going to be calling those names around other people, especially normal people, because the goal is to target and isolate someone they pissed off. So if I piss off someone and they're calling me a racist, they're doing it to turn the group against me as well. So it's like you just don't interact with them anymore. If someone calls you a racist, do not interact, do not continue conversation, walk away. For God's sakes, walk away.
Similar, areas. So Wendigoon being from that region, being with the race that he is, it starts to paint a seed in the actual user's head. When in reality, nobody should be making statements like this, and it honestly serves more as of a divisive tool than something that brings us together. So when our comrade makes this exact segment where he talks about, people who are going to react to his exact segment, which is basically what he wanted, picking the whole fight, this is what he actually had to say. Watch this one.
Then let's see how
He
they
said
react.
people like them will leverage any excuse to project those labels onto you. Yeah.
To this video's
Yeah,
existence,
exactly. Yeah.
Because I am certain they will be very
It's like what
level-headed
Keffels
about all
does.
of this.
Just an example.
So far, we have been pretty level-headed about this, okay? A lot of this whole discussion is debunking things rationally, okay? Instead of screaming over a microphone, yelling at each other, that's what piss babies do, okay? Let's actually debunk this and discuss this like actual grown adults.
Real adults, we have calm debates. We don't have shouting fights, shouting bouts. We don't call each other racist or discriminative. We don't do that. Real people, normal people, healthy people just calmly debate.
So, what is his reaction to, Wendigoon suddenly following him as he's, researching this hit piece? And I say research very lightly, which we'll get into.
Midst of this going on, a very funny thing happened, and that Wendigoon followed me on Twitter.
I'm sorry, man, but it's just, oh my god, man. So you notice how he puts himself in the center? Like, he literally is putting himself over the video. In, my latest, Marvel short, see, I have myself in the background, and then in front of that, I've put, Marvel characters and stuff like that, where I got, them going at it with dialogue and stuff. Like, I'm in the background, okay? And the topic is, like, in the front. Like, in front of me, you see. This dude right here, he's in the front. Front and center. The dude wants attention. He wants, it's all about him. All about him. He's taking up, what, like, 60% of the screen? 40,
Not
50?
following him at the time.
Jesus.
He never publicly told people to stop calling me a fan. He never once reached out to me privately. But he did follow me, which means in my eyes that he 100% knew what was happening because I did tweet about it several times, and then followed me to let me
His editing is kind of weird in that video. I don't know.
know that he knew.
I mean, you could debate my editing, but I think my editing is just, I mean, I don't know, man. I found a good editor that I could kind of like make transitions more like smooth and stuff. It's like smooth. It's like sometimes it's good to have smooth content.
Why else would he follow me in that exact moment?
Oh yeah, that totally makes perfect logical sense.
Too many
There's
missing
a move of
frames.
intimidation. Now, obviously, one of the principal allegations over here is this person received what they claim to be some hateful words, and a lot of that was being linked to Wendigoon's community or whatever. And here's the thing. You can't really link anybody to a certain community like that because what people post on the internet is entirely of their own volition. And that's where it comes down to. You know, to be somebody on the internet, you are going to receive any form of like harassment in general.
You said, you said there it is. He's bitching over it. Yeah, you saw that. Following him and somehow indicates that he must know he's facing harassment, actual criticism from people who he labeled. He labels Wendigoon fans.
But it's just something that happens to everybody in reality. To pin and blame somebody for the actions of a totally different person on the internet is a little bit childish, and it's something that honestly I feel is being used way too much.
I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but normal, healthy people, we work together, right? Aren't we, like, naturally driven to, like, find what similarities we have, what we can kind of, like, communicate and agree on versus what we disagree on? Isn't that, like, human nature? And here he's just doing the opposite. He wants to be disagreeable. I'm like, I mean, human nature, we find what commonalities we have, what we can agree on, and we work forward and not back.
Somebody that also receives some harassment over the internet as well too. And maybe it's just easier for me too. Maybe it's just different. But honestly, blocking, muting, or trying to not engage.
This is one thing I don't do in my videos. I mean, like gameplay in the background. It seems like an easy way to garner a lot of views, and that's something that I don't do, and I choose not to do really. Except on if I make videos. If I make my own personal videos of like beach videos or whatever, I'll do that. But other than that, I don't do the video game stuff. That seems like easy viewing. I don't know. It doesn't seem legitimate to me. He said, "You're speaking too much rational sense. It won't do you any good."
Die down. But again, that's just my
For the healthy people, that's the goal.
Into the situation. Again, it's just blatantly putting the blame on Wendigoon when it really should be put on.
It'll also be nice to be around a community that's also healthy. and then the community can immediately notice toxic people, and then they can immediately be gotten rid of, pushed into their corner. It's like shoo shoo.
That's not really Wendigoon's fault. That's just unfortunately an asshole on the internet. So in regarding me, all right, he is actually saying this.
He is friends with Oompaville, a gun-obsessed content creator that has taken advantage of Nakata.
Why do this? Why do this? Why become a political? It's just a political activist. That's all you become. You're just an activist now. You're not providing any news to your community, really. You're not providing any good, healthy content. You're just being an activist. That's all. He just might as well go to a third world country and take out a video camera and start putting footage out and talking about bad shit happening. I don't know.
Together, okay? To specifically pick,
Oompaville the guy should be in fucking Ukraine doing videos. He's a political fucking activist.
Videos about Nikocado Avocado, it's insane, all right? In the same camp, you could say that pretty much anybody in the commentary space Moist critical me.
Oh, and so imagine imagine you put your work into horror videos, and then one video just ruins everything. Years of work that you did. Imagine that. If praise can't handle criticism from the simplest fact, his hit piece video sucked ass. He isn't fit for commentary. Yeah, I mean, he's obviously out of.
He has taken advantage of Nikocado Avocado. Nikocado
What's the word?
Avocado is a very, very, very intelligent.
I can't.
content
Oh, it
creator.
didn't come
They
to
know
me. Shit.
Exactly what they are doing. Okay. At the end of the day, there is no taking advantage of. And on
Out
this
of the
point,
loop.
Nikocado Avocado again is a grown adult that can choose to make content with whoever they want to. To understand, when both these parties get together and make content, they understand that it is beneficially, like mutually beneficial for each other. So it's so weird that like now we've got this almost like fake faux outrage and this weird moral panic, when in reality these are two adults that decided to produce content with each other. What do you mean take advantage of this individual? You simply work together, make content, and both of you make money out of it. It is as simple as it comes out to. Why are we not allowed to actually make content with people because this individual perceives them to be incapable of deciding for themselves who they want to make content with? This is such a weird actual take to have, and I don't understand why they decided to go down this road other than trying to pretend they care for this Nikocado fellow, when in reality the situation is about as cut and dry, as adult-oriented as one could expect.
For fame and for money. And on top of that, has made content with the human trafficker, Andrew Tate.
So what about plenty of like...
You got to be careful when you bring up Andrew Tate, because Andrew Tate is... He made money off of what he did, and what he did intentionally. So Andrew Tate is a fake. So he was promoting something that wasn't really probably him. I mean, just to get notoriety. I mean, the dude puts on a cigar and acts like a tough son of a bitch, but he's not. He's a pussy. That's it. He's not a tough guy. Andrew Tate's not a tough guy. I don't care how he looks. There's no way There's no way this dude is going into a Well, I mean, okay. He does have his background, but eventually he stopped doing it, and then he put the cigar on, and then he wanted to be like a fucking Castro. So I guess I might retort a little bit. I mean, he does got some good background, but unfortunately, he helped create that especially among women, the toxic masculinity stuff. Like, he really kind of... Andrew Tate actually turned women against men, and it was not appreciated. That's what I got to say about Andrew Tate.
And actually had interviews with him.
And also I mean, I'm not a Christian, but I'm agnostic. But when he switched religions, that kind of told me who he was. He'll switch religions, he'll switch ideologies, whichever benefits him the most. So I cannot say that he's like a conservative. I can't say he's anything. He's whatever is going to make him money.
They also responsible, or are you going to throw the actual idea?
You said praise tries weaponizing Muda's stance against deplatforming Tate, and Oompaville interview with him to... I didn't realize Oompaville had an interview with him. Paint the disgusting narrative that I'm watching. Yeah.
Platforming and propagating alleged human trafficking in this situation, and I say alleged because the court cases are still ongoing. One of the weird things about the internet is basically...
So the Andrew Tate thing, it's like very... I mean, look, these women agreed to be his webcam girls, and they all made money. He made more money. That's kind of like what it was, really. And he's not doing it anymore, right? So...
Of actual fact, before things are supposed to be actual fact, okay? If you follow the legal system and you follow situations like this, it's one of the
like
things...
people who want to make money aren't morally driven people. Not at first. You have people that want to make money, they have to be immoral to make the money, and then once they've made the money, then they want to be moral. It's very contrarian. It's unbelievable. Very unbelievable.
Me, Oompa, and plenty of like Nux and everyone on our podcast pretty much gets flack for when regards to this Andrew Tate subject. When we say alleged, it's because it is still alleged. Dog, we are waiting. Obviously, I have my own personal beliefs. I don't think Andrew's a squeaky clean individual, but being objective, is actually being objective, okay? And it's saying things as they are, right? And of course, if Oompaville's guilty for it, have you ever actually watched the content that he makes and the discussions we have about this character on the podcast? The more and more we actually research on him, and research by reading through actual court documentations.
So the thing is, some of those webcam girls were underage, and he lied about no longer managing the webcam business. Yeah, for a while he was definitely like, you know, he's going very quiet on that, you know. It wasn't, you know, after like, you know, what, even maybe a couple years after, not even, maybe even like a year after he was like really getting big, that he was like, oh, that was in the past, I did something like that. And then as time goes on, he talks about it more, but it's just like, oh, I don't do it anymore. That's the justification there.
That aren't in the public.
But I do believe that that Andrew Tate, he painted conservatives, center-right men very horribly, and I'm seeing it in... So I do interact with a lot of younger women at my job, a lot of Gen Z women, and a lot of them talk about toxic masculinity, and they talk very negatively about men, and that comes from the Andrew Tates of the world that have painted men in such a horrible way that women have a fear of men. It's going to take time to fix that kind of shit. But the Andrew Tate, so men can thank Andrew Tate. Like, they really should thank him for really, really, really steering them wrong.
We start to develop our own negative...
Andrew Tate would be on my debate list. I would like debate him. And I mean, he's got the... I mean, his father was a champion chess player, and yeah, he can run his mouth, but I will take what he says, and I will absolutely nuke his ass in a debate, because he has no substance. All he does is talk over people. It's kind of like what Destiny does. He doesn't really have... I mean, he tries to have substance, but it's just all ideology. He's just like spearing it. So what do you got there? You said Muda dedicated his latest podcast episode to discussing the situation a minute ago. Oh, we got the ads. So, Some Ordinary is the second winner of the day.
Switch to Chrome to protect yourself from malware, so you can surf without getting phished. Fast.
Yo, everyone, welcome to the newest episode of the Some Ordinary podcast. I am here with my co-host, Mudahar. Oompaville is late because he's working for the Mossad on a top secret...
That's weird people do that with the avatars and stuff like that. Is there any last thoughts, since the stream is coming close to the 2-hour mark, mister? Is there any, like, last thoughts or anything you wanted to get from me? I did this stream without coffee, by the way. It's fucking impressive, I must say, even if it wasn't. That's one thing. I need to get my own theme music. You said in praise the shadows should just quit digging his grave deeper. Yeah. Is he going to continue to dig deeper? Is he still like? Do we even know what his next action is going to be? You said what? Even when he finally apologized, he still kept playing the victim. Okay, so now it's just continuing to backtrack and stuff like that. Okay. Oh, his Discord got leaked? Dude is soft as hell for someone into horror. The Patreon post. Oh, this is from X8, so now you got the good stuff.
I didn't think this guy could humiliate himself anymore.
I need to check this out for a few.
But it just keeps getting worse every day. In my last 2 videos, I've covered all the drama around this guy, his initial horrible allegation against Wendigoon and all his friends, then his terrible response where he just doubles down on everything while trying to pretend he's apologized. That he made an extra post to his Patreon members where he once again doubles down while also making a community post.
He put out community post saying he received harassment. Okay. And he does not condone it, but you kind of invoke karma when you straight report or lie about people. Ooh, he sounds like someone I know. Oh my god. He said he publicly addressed the Patreon. Could you imagine making money off this stuff? That people are paying him money to do that? Could you imagine?
Post where he complains about the hate he's been receiving for his terrible video where he falsely accuses people of rape and says Wendigoon should be banned from public spaces just for allegedly, according to him, being conservative. Shout out to Chris the Narc for putting all this out there. But let's just start off and jump right into his Patreon post. It's amazing. I loved reading it. So let me read it. I let my emotions.
So, he wanted to take a few, clear his head. I let my emotions get the best of me. This wasn't my best work. What? This wasn't my best work, and this wasn't my best self? Whoa, man. Tearing himself up there, huh? This is made out of anger. Before I say anything, I should say I'm sorry to you for engaging myself in this way. I will not be taking on another project like this again. Really? So you just continue to lie? You know, me as being a media analyst channel. Yeah, he has to retort. He has to save the channel. He couldn't do this on a different channel. And that is what I should be. You fucking think I should promote love in horror through providing a positive example? By the way, what in horror is love? Anyway.
This wasn't my best work, and I did do some good, but I could have gone about it differently. The video.
Let me show you how we.
Oh shit! That did not mean to trigger the ads.
I'm good. Work because I'd be broke if I didn't. And after my confrontation with Wendigoon fans late last year, calling me a F-slur so many times, I built up such an anger at how I had been treated that I decided I wanted to do a video about my personal situation mixed with the deep growing conservative nature with certain sections of horror. So his motivations are exactly.
It's like, just accept it. It's like, just accept it.
I think this is a good idea. But here he explains to us, I thought it would promote a conversation that needed to be had. I thought
that's not how you promote the conversation.
Social power is dangerous.
We say, please no one harass or comment rude things. You said, trust me, this is where things get juicy. I do not agree with condone meanness in any way. If you're here to leave a spiteful remark on my behalf, don't. Nothing good comes from it. I want to apologize for people saying awful things to you on Twitter. I did not know this was happening, and I don't stand by that behavior. Followed you because I saw your Slenderman video and enjoyed it. Okay.
And even again at the end,
Wendigoon knows what he's doing right here.
Comment, don't. I mean, does In Praise of Shadows expect Wendigoon to reply to every hater and Wendigoon to do? But my video should have probably just focused. It
would promote a conversation. Yeah. I thought. I thought and do still think that his level of social power is dangerous, but my videos should have probably just focused on the sections related to the Hills Have Eyes, and I do see that now. I bet you do.
Sections related to the Hills Have Eyes, and I do see that now. On the sections related to Wendigoon's cultural appropriation.
He said they always resort to using this doesn't showcase who I am. It's not representative of me. Excuse. Yeah, leftists can change their persona like on a fucking dime or snap of a finger. Like they're fucking like. Every time they say something like, oh, I'm changed now. I'm a changed person. I am not who I was yesterday. And then you got normal sense people are like, well, I'm the same person the day I was born.
I think in particular I could have done better. I know that it is a very tricky thing to talk about the topics of gender, women, race, and the history of these concepts. As
only among feminists.
Dude on the internet. and I always try to do my best there in my work of life. I dropped the ball here in some of my language and logic and criticism, and that's fair. Did this guy really just blame the fact he got back?
And there's feminists on both sides too. It's true.
The white dude. Is that what he thinks, like, was the reason he fucked this up, is because he's a white man talking about gender and race? Not that he doubted Wendigoon's Native American heritage and said he shouldn't be welcome in public spaces. Thought this was important to talk about, and that I thought I was doing good, which is always my goal. I don't see that. I don't see that. I'm sorry. You're lost. You're lost, man. I'm sorry to you again.
Let's see. I'm sorry to you again that I did not represent myself with the professionalism and standards that I normally hold myself to as a person, and that you deserve as my audience. So now you're sorry. Okay. Okay.
I did not represent myself.
He's like, thank you for understanding. Wait, Zane. The reason this situation's ongoing is because Price continues downplaying what he did. Yeah, that's that doesn't help. But it's that works for his that does work for people though, because as time goes on, you know, it just the downplaying it does work after an extended period of time, at least for those that agree with him. He says I had already publicly addressed this on Twitter and Patreon, but thought I would do one community note before I left. I have decided it is best at the moment to take down the entire bad conservative horror video. It does not represent me and who I wish to be as a person or a creator. I admit that I messed up pretty badly in my delivery and made a lot of mistakes, and I really am sorry for that.
But I thought I would do one community note before I left. Thur's dozens of times. I was deeply upset over how I had been treated and my perception of him not...
Notice how in his Patreon post he doesn't acknowledge or apologize to Wendigoon, Oompa, Muda, and Donut Operator. Yeah, he's really self-centered.
Off the attack.
He's really thinking about himself.
To, like, hold the people on Twitter calling him the F slur and tell them it's not you.
Yeah, so for someone like me, I value other people, so yeah. But I mean, for him, it really is about his own shit.
Myself. Some people have described the video as being very raw.
After being harassed in December by Wendigoon fans and called slurs dozens of times, I was deeply upset over how I had been treated and my perception of him. Not calling off the attack, I acted out of hurt and acted in a way uncharacteristic of myself. Some people have described the video as being very raw, but with that comes an element of being underbaked. Did you see that? He was still pushing the blame on the Wendigoon? Yeah.
It was just completely full of lies and total bullshit. I wouldn't...
Audible brings customers to you. See how to upload short audiobooks that you don't even have to make yourself and earn a cut from...
Damn. This dude's making bank too. They're all making bank.
I didn't do the level of research I should and normally would have done. I messed up there and fully acknowledge that in every way, so I am taking it down. At the same time...
No, he did the research. He just doesn't agree with the people that watch his channel, that's all. So he has to stop because he doesn't want his channel to die. It's like it wouldn't die, but it won't grow.
Criticism of my work is fair, and I accept, welcome, and own that. We are all measured by our words and our actions, but I do think it is dangerous that these creators do not tweet about or acknowledge the obvious situation at play. Okay, I know I'm running this joke dry, but like genuinely, this guy has said this like 3 separate before I log off for a while. I want to reevaluate what I want my work to be, how I want to stand as a positive force within horror, and how to be my best self. I hope you will believe in me and my work again when I return. Again, for my mistakes in this video, I am sorry. I'll be back again a stronger and better self, both for me and for you. But he deleted that post pretty quickly and then
Let's get this real quick.
Quickly. But it gets even worse. We can come back from this.
He/him.
Pretty sad tonight, to be fully honest. If I just start back with my normal kind of work, do you all think things will be fine in the long run? 2 hug emojis, reactions. Yeah, I knew this was
At least got some type of reaction.
The rest of the year is supposed to be a lot of fun. I've even canceled 2 videos in the schedule to replace them with more on-brand ideas. I just couldn't...
So, wow, man, he should have just kept on going forward, because you can't hide it. That was a mistake. So he made a mistake there, too. So he should just continue the hole. He should just continue the hole. That's what he should have done. Dig the hole.
If I prevented my partner from having a good life because of my decisions. That's what has been on my mind the most here.
It's just all monetarily driven. That's all it
But
is.
when I come back, things will be well received. I've decided to leave Twitter completely. A lot of YouTubers have, and I made the mistake of staying there when they took their exit. Now again, keep in mind, this guy didn't just make some slightly controversial, your video has actually refuted any of what I said, lol. They only point out small individual things that are wrong, but don't actually go as far to say that what I said wasn't right. Yeah, exactly. My point proven in the next TM instantly. He still
What the hell is
believes
this?
very mean and
Unrelated to this, but I have wanted to say that despite everything that's been going on, being pretty brutal on Twitter, and even though it was supposed to be very mean and hurt my feelings, I do actually kind of love this drawing of me that's been going around. I think it's pretty funny. My God, he does not stop in his punctuation at all. This guy does not give a shit about streamers. There's just this. This is the only stoppage. Jesus. My God. Some people are asthmatic. Jesus Christ.
hurt my feelings. I do actually kind of love this drawing of me that's been going around. I think it's pretty funny, showing some art that someone made to mock him for calling everyone a bad person. Actually, IPOS, are you sure this art isn't homophobic and transphobic? Because you're gay, right? And they drew you ugly, so it's probably homophobic. That's the takeaway that we get here. He continues, I hope so. I always knew I would be hated by some, but I really didn't think this could be a career-ending move. Yeah, once again, he's just obsessing over his public image. This is going to be something he thinks about for the next 2 years. And you know what? At this point, it's deserved, I guess. I don't even know. So yeah, that's all the new updates on this guy. He seems to be off of Twitter for now.
So we'll have to stay tuned for more on that one. Apparently, Mister. Okay, all right. So I'm gonna get ready to end the stream, but I'll be streaming tomorrow for sure. Want to work on my hours watched and/or all that wonderful stuff. So I hope you enjoyed my responses and what I thought about Praise, which he may want to change his name from Praise to, what's the word? I would just stick to Unpraised. No, you're very welcome, mister. So thank you for helping provide content. So alright, I will see you the next time. And I thank again everyone for watching the stream and helping the channel grow. I know it's not easy. But I appreciate helping the channel grow. So that'll be the focus. So till the next time, on the next episode, this is Daniel's Experience, the DTM Experience. And I am the dragon. Alright, have a good one, mister.